hear me, if anybody's out there. My apologies. This is very frustrating. As soon as I go live, my internet speed drops down from 20 megabytes down to just a few megabytes, 2.9 today. I had a problem yesterday too. When I test the system, there's nothing wrong with it. I rebooted the router yesterday. I rebooted the router again today. I rebooted my computer. That's not the problem. I've tested my network card. I've tested everything. And when I run a test on their server system, it says that they can't detect any problem. So I just did an independent speed test here on my PC, and it's telling me that I've got 935 megabytes download, but that's not really the issue. I'm paying for a gigabyte. I'm also paying for 30 megabytes of upload, and I've got 19.25. So yeah, that's pretty good actually. So I'm not trying to piss my audience off here. Who's that? Arc Precision. Thank you. I don't know why my screen looks funny, but my screen looks like it's light. Hey guys, welcome back. You're buffering. This is buffering now. Is this buffering? Wow. So if this is buffering, that's insane. Let me take a look and see what's going on here. So I'm not in the studio. I'm on my mobile phone in case you haven't figured that out. Yeah, so this doesn't show up. Which account am I in? Am I in the wrong account? Yeah, Arc Precision is not a friend in IT. There's nothing wrong with my IT. It's the service provider. They do this shit. Now, there's construction going on right now. What the hell is going on here? Am I on the wrong account? Switch account. Let me go over to the other account. Let's see if that's working. Yes, Brett, he was wrong. I am in the other account. I'll be darned. No idea I was in the other account. Okay. It says waiting for the stream to begin. Okay, there you go. I'm on the screen now. Okay, so, interesting. And your buffering doesn't look, no buffering here. I've got no buffering. Erica says not that bad. Better for now. Yeah, but this is unacceptable. I mean, I don't need an IT expert. Thank you for the offer of the IT expert. I mean, if you want to tell me who that IT expert is, I mean, I'm happy to talk to them, Arc Precision, but there's no problem with my computer. There's no problem with my network card. There's no problem with my internet connection. It's when it leaves here, this happens. It happens periodically. I don't know what their problem is. So I didn't realize I was in the other account on this. So, yep. Okay. Well, Arc Precision, if you send me an email and tell me how to get in touch with the person, I appreciate trying to help. I mean, I can reach out to them. They might know something that I don't know. And I mean, I'll take the help. I've got the glasses on because this is a tiny little screen and I can't see anymore. See loud and clear. No, I'm not having buffering. It's working perfectly fine. So I'm using my mobile device sitting on the table with the computer screens around me. So, yeah. So, I mean, I wonder if I can, let me see if I can switch the camera on. You guys can see. So there you go. So there. See, that tells me what the speed is when I test it, but that's not the speed I'm getting. So that's an independent site. So there you go. So here I am. That's on the mobile. And so let's turn this camera back around to me, okay? So anyway, so yeah, I'm on the mobile device. That's what's going on. So no, the sound is off because there's more of an echo in here. This is not a high performance microphone. It's my mobile microphone, which is fine when I'm not in a spot where the sound echoes. This is why when I do live streams on my mobile device, which I do in the summertime here or the fall, I go outside because it doesn't work, Yeah, it's not weird. It's a consequence of the sound. It's just physics, The other microphone is like right in my face right here, and I'm talking right into it, so it doesn't pick up. Yeah, upload is bad. What do you mean upload is bad? Next level shadow by Southern hackers have been sticks together for years to accomplish this. Yeah, no, I'm going to retest this now and see what it gives me. This is from Ookla. It's an independent site to test the internet. Charles says he understands. Yeah, no, that's why the sound is a little bit off here. So if I go outside, it'll be better, but I also freeze my nads off because it's currently freezing, 32 degrees outside. I can walk outside and then the sound will be much better, but I will be freezing. In fact, let's do a test of that. Let me do a test of that. Okay, let me put my shoes on. And then we'll walk outside. So it's giving me an upload speed now. It says 21 megabytes per second. So I don't know what the hell's going on with Xfinity, but they can't do this crap to me because when I have rugby on the weekend, I cannot be putting up with this bullshit. Yeah. So All right, shoes are on. I got to tie the laces. My upload screen looked bad. What do you mean look bad? The angle or the data? No, it's because the light reflecting on it. I can make it look much better. I am wearing a hoodie, so I should be able to survive for a minute or two outside. Okay. McFreeze, exactly. I'm going to freeze my bum off here right now. So we're going to walk outside. Oh, boy. Okay. It's cold out here. So 32 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 0 Celsius. All right. All right. So the sound should improve out here. You might pick up a little bit of wind sound, but the sound should be much better. Tell me, why are these chairs here? Somebody have been on my porch. Somebody moved my chairs. Anyway, does the sound better now? You guys tell me. Hey, look at that Trump sign in somebody's yard. Yeah. Yeah, see, it's better. Something's throttling your upload speed. Yeah, exactly. Something is throttling my upload speed. Exactly, Charles. And it's very annoying. I pay a fortune for this internet connection. I'm supposed to be getting that connection. So it's very annoying. Yeah, see, I told you guys it sounded much better. Well, it shouldn't be buffering. See, then Golden President had to help Biden upstairs. That's not a surprise. Yeah, no, this phone is amazing, but that room, it doesn't have the condenser on it that can buffer out that sound. It does an excellent job outside. It's brilliant. That's why I've always used it for my interviews and my live streams. But it doesn't do a particularly good job inside. Yeah, and I'm actually quite cold now. I'm standing here holding the phone on a tripod up in the air, freezing my nuts off. Anyway, actually, yeah, I'm not cold in my chest. Just I've got shorts on, of course, so I'm kind of cold there. Anyway, so I just want to apologize to everybody and see what's going on. Lady Rocks. Well, welcome to you, Lady Rocks. Yeah, so the audio is good for you. Yeah, it should be good. There shouldn't be a problem with the audio. What's this going on out here? Some kind of contractor's parking in front of my house. I hope he doesn't park there. Okay, he backed up far enough because the problem is that the post office can't deliver mail. You speak to your service provider and they need to reset your connection. Yeah, I've done this dozens of times. They take us for granted. They steal our money, the service provider, and they don't give a flying flip because they have monopoly, and there's not much you can do about it. So, yeah. I have reported Comcast to the FCC, reported repeatedly, and once it actually resulted in changes, and this actually worked out really well for me. But they constantly do this nonsense where they don't provide a service, and I pay far too much money. Anyway, sounded fine inside. Well, I don't know if it sounded fine inside. It didn't sound fine to me, so some kind of contractor just pulled up here. I have no idea what this is. Anyway, that's not for me. It's for the neighbors. So, all right, must have something wrong with their house. So I'm going to head back inside now. Okay, give me a second here. You can see my door. A wreath on the door there. There's an army one. War college wreath. Anyway, yeah, so a little bit chilly out there. 32 degrees is a bit chilly. So as I walk back into my studio, you know, the sound isn't particularly great here. So anyway, all right. Woo, man, chilly, chilly, chilly. Men who wear shorts in the winter are an institution in the U.S. Are we now? I didn't know that, Light Rain. That's just me. I didn't wear shorts in the winter when I was younger. Wreath, real greens. No, that's a real green one. Think image more resolution. Maybe I'm a bit off. Well, the mobile produces at a lower image resolution than does the camera on the computer. That's just the way things do. But it should be nice enough to see. So I am inside, Lady Rocks. Thank you for that. Funny how the party in South Korea loves democracy. Yeah, Brett, we could have used you last night to translate the Korean into English, and I covered live the actual imposition of martial law last night. It would have been nice to have you here, but anyway. So, yeah. I has arrived again, says Neville. Yeah, Charles, I will speak to them again, but the problem is that you call, you get put on hold. So these are the same people that when I complained about my Peacock service, the guy kept me on the phone for 2.5 hours, and eventually what it was all about was they're trying to get me to sign up to a different package. And I didn't want that different package, which guaranteed me nothing because I'd be right back in the boat I'm in now. Even if I up my download speed to 50 megabytes per second, it doesn't matter if I'm getting 2.5 megabytes per second. So anyway, it's just very frustrating. And this is what happens when monopolies exist. When the government establishes and endorses and permits monopolies, this is the garbage you get. So I should be fine to do the stream with Ronaldo. Hopefully that won't be a problem because it's just going to be Zoom, so it doesn't take as much data. So anyway, we'll see how that goes. But if we get buffered there, then I'll just apologize and drop off and go do something else. But I need this resolved because I can't have this crap during the weekend. Yes, Charles, we go through this periodically, and it happens consistently at certain times of the year. And I don't know if it's because the infrastructure is poor. It shouldn't be. I live in a neighborhood that's just a decade old. I mean, I moved in, well, maybe a little over a decade old, but the connections were only put in 10 or 15 years ago. So they're new. It's not old. It's all fiber. So, yeah. Yeah. So it shouldn't be a problem, but it is. Hey, Shawnee, how's it going? So it's just very frustrating how this stuff happens. So, yeah, so you guys are chatting with each other, which is fine. Thanks. And thanks for finding me on this channel as I zipped over to the old channel, the original. I didn't realize I was on this channel. I'm like, where's the stream? I couldn't find it on the new one. He was wrong to declare martial law, but he just didn't wake up one day and decide. No, 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 no. He's been talking about this. This has been a threat that's been bandied about throughout this fiscal or this calendar year that he was going to do this, and he finally did do it. So, yeah, it was just a matter of time, I think. But the guy really is not smart. It was not a wise decision. But I think what people need to do in the end is not lose their mind about it. Investigate his reasons and talk to him and find out if he had legitimate reasons, which he claims he had. But we're not privy to that. We're not part of the intelligence infrastructure of South Korea. Maybe he's got real information. And if he doesn't, then go ahead and try to impeach him. But in the meantime, don't castigate him. When the parliament said that his martial law was invalid, voting 190-0, he followed the law and he rescinded martial law, which is what he's required to do. Yeah, it is on the service provider's end, Charles, but they never want to admit that, and they want to dance around with you and play games. That's the way that Comcast does business, and it's unfortunate that they're allowed to get away with it. That's why we have a Public Utilities Commission. A few years ago, I think some of you know this story. Before I wrap up here, I paid for NHL National Hockey League subscription to so I could watch the Las Vegas Golden Knights, and I was prohibited from watching a Vegas Golden Knights game in Las Vegas, 2,600 miles away from my home. 2,600 miles. You know, they do this so that people go to games. Well, I'm not driving 2,600 miles to go to a game in Las Vegas. And I paid for the subscription. So they blocked it because they were playing Philadelphia. Well, Philadelphia is located 2 hours from me. It's 120 miles away from me. So why am I being blocked from a game in Vegas? Well, I complained to the Federal Communications Commission about it, and they took it seriously. And National Hockey League contacted me and said, the problem is that I am in a service area that is Philadelphia. And so I don't get to watch any Philadelphia games, even their away games. I said, well, that doesn't make any sense. How can you do that? And I said, how do you come up with that? And he said, well, the Nielsen rating system. I said, what the hell did the Nielsen have to do with me living here in central Pennsylvania? And they said, well, that's how the FCC sets it up. The Nielsen rating system, the zones that they set up, is what you get coverage for. So because they claim I'm in the Philadelphia zone, that means I couldn't get the Philadelphia game, which is bullshit because it was an away game. It wasn't even a home game. So it's just morally wrong. But they're saying because I could watch it on the television. But the problem is I couldn't watch the television. I don't get Philadelphia stations here. People on the other side of the river, of Susquehanna River, they get Philadelphia stations. I don't get them. I'm in the DC television market. My television stations come from Harrisburg and DC. So I only get Washington Capitals games. I don't get Philadelphia Flyers games. So they're telling me I couldn't watch it on my subscription because I'm banned because I'm in the Philadelphia market, but my television market is not Philadelphia, but they're telling me it is. Oh my God, this was such an annoying thing. So NHL told me there's nothing they can do about it. And Comcast, meanwhile, got the complaint from the FCC, the Federal Communications Commission, and they called me and said, hey, what's wrong? And I explained to them. And I said, this isn't right. And I said, while we're at it, you know what? I think I'm canceling my service because it's been pathetic. I said, things don't work right. I don't get data. I get dropped off all the time. So they gave me a concierge service, and they sent a guy out who came out and they inspected my house. The shyster criminals who hire criminal alien invader foreign nationals, not licensed as cablers and fiber guys and electricians and plumbers that built this house. Yep, that built this house from the corporation that was embezzling from themselves, the president and his brother, one who committed suicide. They were stealing the money. Anyway, they put people in here doing what they're doing. So this house, anyway, the wiring was all screwed up. They installed the coax incorrectly. So we had attenuation problems. We had signal degradation throughout the house in a brand new house that no one had ever lived in. So the signal going to some of the rooms upstairs was just trash. So the cable signal was weak. It was terrible. So what they did for me is they essentially rewired my house for free. That would have cost me about $5,000. So my complaint paid off. That wasn't my intent. I didn't even know I had that problem. I just was unhappy with the cable service, and in order to keep me happy, they did that. But ever since then, whenever I complain about internet service, like, well, reboot your router. Well, fuck you. I've rebooted my router 6 times. It's not my router. Well, reboot your computer. I've rebooted my computer. It's not my computer. It's not my network card. I've tested them all. It's your shitty service. Your freaking router, your server nearby is jammed up, probably with somebody's porn downloaded. So clear your cache so that we don't have to deal with this crap. Anyway. All right, folks, I'm going to wrap it up here, and hopefully I'll be able to get on Ronaldo. So apologies for jumping around. I'm actually surprised that 40 people showed up on this live stream. You guys found it, so that means a lot of you are cross-pollinated on both channels. So thanks a lot for that. My apologies. Ronaldo was having internet problems the other day. I'm having them today and yesterday. So hang in there. Hopefully this won't continue. I am powerless to stop it. All I can do is cancel my service, and then I cut my nose off, spite my face. What service do I have? Verizon? Have to pay for Verizon. Anyway, all right, guys, that's going to be it. Cheers. Have a good one. You can catch me on Ronaldo in just a couple minutes, okay? All right, bye-bye. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Oops, not like that. I think it's right for the camera.